Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO Hidden Fates video. Today guys, we're going to be looking at the brand new Onix-GX today, which is an interesting card because of the support that it has, thanks to Brock's Pewter City Gym making your Onix-GX take 40 less damage from attacks. So basically the idea of this deck is to have a very tanky Onix-GX. Now Onix-GX does need a lot of energy to be built up. I was thinking about playing Onix with the Greens engine in Reshizard, but I've actually decided to pair it with Porygon-Z today and using stuff like Super Scoop Ups to potentially heal this Onix and make it really hard for the opponent to kill us. I mean, Onix is very tanky and it does need a lot of energy to be powered up, and one of the better ways to power it up efficiently can maybe be through Crazy Code. If we play enough special energy, we can power this thing up in one turn and kind of just go from there. So that is pretty much the idea of this deck, is to power up Onix through Porygon-Z. So for the video, of course, shout out to our sponsor, Garchomp TCG. Guys, as always, if you're ever looking to get your hands on any PTCGO pack codes, if you're trying to still get Hidden Fates codes, of course, if you're still trying to get all those Unified Minds codes still, or you're trying to get like Pokemon GX box codes or pre-release kit codes. If you're also trying to get singles, you can get them over at Garchomp TCG's other website too, which is also going to be linked down below. So if you end up picking up something from Garchomp TCG, guys, at the checkout, use my discount code LDF, and find yourself a 5% discount on your order. So shout out to Garchomp TCG, guys. Check them out and use my discount code if you end up buying anything from Garchomp TCG. So now we're going to look at the deck here. Now, unfortunately, this Onix deck is very clunky. There's a lot to do with this deck. Like, we have the 4 stadiums, we have the addition of Porygon-Z, but one of the problems with this deck is really just getting energy on Onix, and also just having room for everything. I want to play a lot of healing cards in here. I want to play a lot, but unfortunately, space-wise, it doesn't allow that. As you can see, there isn't much space in this deck, really, for a lot of cards. Like Custom Catcher, I'm only playing 3 of them, and I still am fine with using 1 Custom Catcher a game. A deck like this, you don't really need to use Custom Catcher. Like, the main idea is just attack with Onix, tank hits, try to scoop up your Onix, and pretty much go from there. We're basically just trying to get a bunch of Recycle Energies on our Onix as fast as we can, in combination with, like, UN Energy. And we're just trying to give our Onix, you know, the attacks. Onix has 3 attacks, so you got Bind, 1 for 30, flip a coin if heads, that Pokemon is now paralyzed. This would actually be a lot better if Victini was in the format still, but potentially paralyzing them and doing 30 isn't terrible. We have the second attack, Heavy Impact, which does 150 damage for 5 energies, which is not a really good payout for only 5 energies. 150 is actually really underwhelming, considering Diancie only makes it 170, which barely KOs most things. Like, you won't even be knocking out Blacephalon. But you do have the attack Rocky Avalanche, which does 200 damage for 5 energy as your GX attack. And during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon, it takes 100 less damage from attacks, which is pretty ridiculous. We are also going to be using Buff Padding, which is going to make Onix then have 50 more HP. So then Onix has 250 HP, and if we have Brock's Pewter City Gym in play, Onix technically has 290 HP. And with Rocky Avalanche, you give it 390 HP essentially, because that's how much damage they pretty much need to reach in order to take this thing down. So Onix is a pretty tanky card, and if we pair it with Super Scoop Up, get a heads, heal this thing, it's pretty ridiculous. And when we get a bunch of Recycle Energies on your Onix, and you got that Porygon-Z loop going, you're pretty much good to go to power this bad boy up. So obviously we have to get Porygon-Z into play through Rare Candy. This deck is pretty clunky. One thing I do hate about having to play this deck essentially is needing to play a lot of super, you gotta have Rare Candy, Super Scoop Up, Pokemon searching cards. You pretty much have to play 4 Brock's Gym in order to get things in play. You have to play a lot of energy. We have to fit in Custom Catchers, which again, I can't find room for 4. Like, I've tried out different things in this deck, and I can't seem to fit in a 4th Custom Catcher. So I'm just going with 3, and just having that 1 Custom Catcher for the extra can be really good. It's honestly fine with only using 1 Gust Effect per match with this deck. You can get away with it because you're just so bulky, but I want to have room for mixed herbs and great potions, and that's why I was tinkering around with the Greens Reshizard version of this deck, because in that build you can at least use Greens Exploration to get mixed herbs and great potions to heal the Onix, but with the Porygon-Z build you can use Super Scoop Up, which could be a little bit funner to try out. We can also play a Giratina-Garchomp in here with Calamitous Slash as like a nice finishing attacker if we wanted to go that route, because this thing does need Fight Energy, so you can use like Fight Energy and like slap a unit or a Rainbow on it and attack with it, so that's an option. We got 1 copy of Diancie Prism Star in the deck, for that extra damage. 1 Dedenne, 3 Porygons. Pretty simple Pokemon count. We're not going too insane on the Pokemon, as you can see. We're just keeping it simple. I was trying to find room for Jirachi in this deck, but then we have to play skateboards, and I can't fit in 4 slots. It's really hard to fit in stuff. Like, I really want to play more healing cards, but there's just not enough room. Like, the only thing I can maybe think of taking out is a Reset Stamp and maybe an Erika. But I like having the heavy draw support so you can constantly draw into your special energy cards to power up your Onix. So outside of Onix's like awkward damage output, it is a fighting type, so this thing can defeat Pikachu, it can defeat Dark Box pretty easily. Going to the items now, we got 2 Cherish Balls, of course, to get your Pokemon, 3 Custom Catchers. I know a lot of people are going to lose their mind over only having 3 and not 4, but there is literally no room I could find for a 4th Custom Catcher, and I am honestly fine with only playing 3. There are a lot of decks that can get away with playing 3, and 3 is not, it's not the end of the world. We can get away with 3 Custom Catchers. So calm your horses in the comments. 4 Pokemon Communications to get our Pokemon. I wish we had more Pokemon though. 3 candies for Porygon, 1 Reset Stamp. I am going all in with the 4 Scoop Ups. This is a very integral part of the deck. Healing your Onix is really insane, because you scoop the Onix up, and because Porygon is in play, if you have another Onix in play, you just put the new Onix in the active spot, and then just Porygon-Z the energy back to it. 2 switches, because a lot of bigger treaters. 4 Brock's Pewter Gym. We're just going to have to go all in with the Stadium card, because we are trying to pretty much make this card as tanky as possible. We got 4 Cynthia, 2 Erika, and 4 Lillie. I'm going heavy with the draw support count to, you know, get better odds of getting Porygon-Z in play, but having a lot of supporters does mean it makes it easier to get into your special energy cards. That's why I like having that. 2 Buff Padding for Onix, and we're playing a lot of special energy. I'm actually playing the 1 random unit energy here, mainly just for the Giratina Garchomp, instead of just having to rely on 2 rainbows. I actually am not a fan of playing Rainbow Energy in this deck, just because with Rainbow Energy, you do technically then have to put a damage counter on Onix, which I'm not really a fan of. So if you want to go like 1 rainbow and then 2 of these units, you can. And I just got that 1 weak guarantee. The Recycle Energy is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting in this deck, though. And just 1 Fine Energy for Onix. We have 4 units and 1 fighting and 2 rainbows, so we should be fine on Fine Energy for Onix to attack with. Hopefully what happens is we use Bind in the early game while we set up. So yeah, let's go try out this Onix Porygon-Z Super Scoop Up deck. See how good it is. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to get some games with my deck that I just called First Gym. You know what? Because it is. Onix First Gym you play against. Looks like we're against Giratina Malama, which might be okay. Really, this deck does rely heavily on the setup. It just really sucks that I just couldn't figure out room for, like, Jirachi. So I do want to play more Pokemon in here. Like, I want to run Jirachi, and I probably would want to run, like, Machamp Marshadow, maybe, like, a Landorus, maybe. But, man, this deck is so tight on space. It's actually insane. We are going to start with our Onix and Porygon, though. Not a bad hand. My opponent says sad face. They must have mulliganed. To be fair, though, I don't know if I want to draw any more cards. This is a pretty big hand. And they are going to be using cards like Spell Tag, which is going to be a little annoying. Onix does one-shot Giratinas, though, which is pretty nice. Alright, should I just, yeah, whatever, let's just draw 2 more cards. Okay, I immediately regret that, because we didn't draw many cards. Okay, we got a Cherish Ball. I can find us another Onix. I mean, we do have the Porygon. I might have to just hit him with a Reset Stamp now, just to help me out. I really hope I didn't just give him a good hand there, but we'll see. We'll play down this, and we'll slap a Lillie for 5. Okay, we did find Rare Candy, which is good for next turn. We got 2 more energies, and overall, we should be able to actually attack with Onix next turn, which would be pretty good if we can. As long as we don't get Reset Stamped, this is a good hand, I would say. This is a good hand. I'll see what happens. This matchup might not be too bad. If we land our Super Scoop Ups at a, you know, our Super Scoop Ups are perfectly timed, we can do quite a bit here. Obviously, we got to get hedged with this card. Like, we could honestly go 4 Mixed Herb instead of 4 Scoop Ups if we really wanted to. It's, like, interchangeable. Like, it's either you play Mixed Herb or Scoop Up, but Scoop Up just seems more mutable. I don't know. That Onix Greens build can be for another video, though. Right? That can always be for another video. Because with that Greens build, at least you have more space for consistency. So, I don't know. It's up to you, though, what you want to play. If you want to play the Greens build, be my guest. Actually playing an Ultra Necrozma deck, which is, I think, a little bit better than the Giratina build. Or no, the Giratina Garchomp build. Because Ultra Necrozma, we can take it out with Rocky Avalanche if we ever need to. Alright, he doesn't get a Distortion Door off, which is pretty good, I want to say. He is getting a Lillie for 8. I mean, that could have been a lot worse, though. He had to put another Metal Energy on Giratina, which lessens the odds of him finding energy for his thing. Actually, Viridian. It's actually a really good hand. I can just Viridian here and get another energy. And oh, it looks like Onix is swinging in full force, guys. And he only has one Inkay in play, too. So this is looking like a pretty good turn for me. This is shaping up to be a pretty good turn. Alright, let's just do the Lillie before we Viridian. Because I might not even do Dedenne. Yeah, we can just slap on another unit energy. This is a pretty good hand. Really the only thing missing is maybe another Porygon. But yeah, we could just heavy impact for the knockout. Putting on a lot of pressure on my opponent right now. We didn't find any Brocks, Pewter, Gym, or Buff Paddings. That's fine though. We have 2 Super Scoop Ups in our hand. So we can probably just try to go into a new Onix. So we should be okay. One thing I was maybe thinking about playing in here was like a Whimsicott GX. Because we already have the 4 units, right? But then you have to find room for a Whimsicott line, which doesn't really seem very fun. And he's actually going to reset stamp me. Okay, rip my scoop ups. Well, he's not going to be attacking me this turn, actually. There's Brock's Gym. Nice. Just an Erika. Okay. Depending on what he does here, I'm tempted to GX him. No, Spell Tag. Okay, Spell Tag's going to be a bit of a problem. Hopefully we can actually evolve that Porygon. Oh, he's actually going to Custom Catcher, bring in my other Onix, which is fine. Not a big problem. We have 2 copies of Super Scoop up here. Might as well just play them. Come on, don't be Double Tails. Okay, good. Yeah, you thought your Custom Catcher play was good. We did have to burn those Scoop Ups to do that, but you know, I don't even care. We're just gonna pile up a bunch of energy on our Onix here. As long as we're getting these Recycle Energies on, I'm pretty happy. Nice thing about Onix is it's not a tag team, so you don't have to give up as many prizes. And he just concedes. Oh, man. Onix is just so busted, it's forcing Giratinas to concede. Okay, well, to be fair to my opponent, their setup wasn't very great. They only had 1 Malama in play. They had another Inkay on their bench, but they didn't really have much to go. But that just proves that Onix-GX is really busted thanks to Porygon. Honestly, like, the fact that we got a turn 2 Onix there was insane. That was arguably the best start we could have asked for. Arguably the best start we could have asked for, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with the energy count too now. See you guys in another match, I guess. Alright guys, we're gonna get another game with the deck. That was obviously a very quick match, but we kind of just popped off and pretty much just destroyed my opponent. I probably would have just went for the Custom Catcher there and drew a couple cards. So, I mean, we had a pretty good thing going there. And alright, we're up against Pikachu here, it looks like. Which is exciting because it is a good matchup for us. Wow, this Pikachu coin let me down. You know what, Pikachu? Rolls 29 Pikachu coin, I might like you better. Just a tad better than the Totodile coin. But unfortunately, our opening hand is looking kind of awkward. Kind of wish I had Mew in this deck too, but because this deck pops off, you don't really need it. Oh, that's a pretty bad draw. Alright, we're gonna have to put that onto you. We're gonna have to burn a bunch of these cards and try to scoop the Diancie back up, I think. Okay, we got Onix. We have 4 supporters in our hand, but the important thing is we have Onix and turn 1 Porygon. So all we need to do is figure out a way to move Diancie into Onix, get a turn 2 Porygon-Z. Having Erika helps us get there. Pokémon, Dedenne. I think I'll go Cynthia, though, in all honesty. Try and refresh my hand. I'm gonna try and do a Dedenne this turn, though. Actually, I don't even care if they knock out Diancie. I'd almost prefer it. It's just one less card that I need to move. And Diancie's not doing much, but he's actually going to Custom Catcher in my Onix, which is even better. Even though now this thing's kind of just sitting there with a Buff Padding and energy on it, but whatever. I don't think I'm going to need that unit energy outside of Giratina Garchomp, which I don't know if it's really needed here. I mean, if Onix gets knocked out, I don't know what to tell you, but he's gonna need 2 Electro Powers to full blitz me to KO me, and that's he's gotta get a lot to knock out Onix. So hopefully Onix can live. We might be able to maybe even get like a bind pay. We might be able to bind him too. Maybe buy a turn. That'd be pretty good actually. If we could buy a couple turns with bind, that'd be pretty nice. Especially if we're not able to really get the ideal start. And yeah, just a pass, which is good. Alright, well, looks like we drew a switch. Alright, well, Cynthia would have been nice last turn, but whatever. And, alright, we got turn 2 Porygon-Z. Not really much else going on in this hand, though. That's fine, though. We can always wait a turn. Again, we can try to buy a turn here with Bind. Not a big fan of having to play a Rainbow Energy going at 190 HP, but that's still enough HP. Well, I guess you could still knock him out with Plasma Fists. Which is a bit of an issue. Yeah, we'll see. If Onix gets knocked out here, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle. We'll see, though. Alright, let's get this Paralysis Heads. No! If we got Heads, that would have been amazing, because we could have two-shot this thing, too, with Bind because of the Diancie. So now my opponent needs is Electro Power, Thunder Mountain Energy, and he knocks me out, which is not good. If he actually KOs me here, we're going to be in a pretty bad spot. We're going to be in a really bad spot if he KOs me, I think. But if we survive the turn, we can get up. We could probably just try to get a Rocky Avalanche knockout, which is probably... Oh, he's actually in a custom catcher. My Porygon out. Fair play. We still have 2 switches. That's all his custom catcher's gone, too, so he can no longer do that in the rest of this match. Alright, I'm expecting a supporter and then a Dedenne. We'll see, though. We need to just find a switch for Porygon-Z, go back into Onix. We can knock out the Zero Aura here, potentially. Also, just paralyze that Pikachu. Again, if we aren't able to get where we need to. We could take a knockout with Rocky Avalanche, but, I mean, judging from the board state, we don't really need to. Oh, just a pass. We're in a pretty good spot. And, oh, that's a dirty top deck. Oh my gosh, that is dirty. How are we looking here? Alright, not bad. We can go Dedenne. Assuming it's in the deck. Yes, it is. Hopefully he doesn't concede. We'll scoop up the Diancie. Nice. Nice. Now our Onix is looking even more tankier. I really hope he doesn't concede. I really hope he doesn't. Custom catcher. Try to get another special energy here. Another Onix is perfect. Alright. Can we get 2 energies to knock him out? We do indeed. We do indeed. Got that Recycle. And got that unit. And we'll just pass for now. Hold on to the energy in our hand. Actually, I'm going to touch the Onix. Why not? Just in case Onix gets knocked out. And we'll Heavy Impact for the knockout. I'm going to play it safe and say that he doesn't have a KO. But even if he knocks me out Zero Aura, we can Bind knock him out. Alright, there you go. Another quick game. But that game was a little bit better because we were up against a matchup we wanted to see. And we also got the explosive start that we were hoping for, which is pretty good. So I don't know, man. This deck is... We're getting some pretty fast games with the deck, but the deck ain't really showing any signs of being, like, you know, slowing down or anything, which is pretty exciting. I don't know, man. Maybe this Onix Porygon-Z deck is just too busted for the format to handle. I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll do another game of the deck. Alright, guys. We're gonna get in a game here. Finally, we find a game. I'm just gonna say, man, holy cow, that took forever to find a match. These queue times are so slow today. I don't know why. So we're up against a fire deck, it looks like. And this might be Reshizard, which I don't know how I feel about that, not gonna lie. We're gonna be relying heavily on our scoop ups, and Giratina Garchomp 2 might be a big factor in if we win the game or not. So we're gonna mulligan. Our starts have been pretty decent with the deck, so hopefully we repeat history and have a good start. Okay, not too terrible. I'm not really a fan of having a permanent Recycle Energy, but that's fine. We have the Rare Candy in our hand, and that's really all that matters. I want to find room for that 4th Rare Candy, but I just don't know what to take out. Like, unless you want to go just 2 custom catchers, but 3 is better. Like, you can't play 4, but I can't find a room for an extra card in the deck. It's just, it ain't possible. They're gonna open with a Dedenne. Okay, we do have a Cherish Ball. We will play that and get ourselves another Onix. Play the Recycle Energy on. We'll play that down. We can always super scoop it back up if we need to. And we got the Porygon-Z. That's important. Now we'll just pass. We'll see if he reset stamps me. But if not, we're going to power this thing up, knock out the Dedenne, probably with Rocky Avalanche. In all honesty. Well, maybe not. Depends on what he has. We'll see. I just really hope we don't get reset stamped, because this is a good start. This is looking like a good start. Ooh, up against Blounds. That's kind of scary. That actually makes me want to do Rocky Avalanche, just so that we don't have to worry about a Blound knockout, but still, they can do so much damage. I don't know how I feel about this matchup, guys. The fact that we can't one-shot them with Heavy Impact, it's only going to do 170 damage, is so sad. So sad. And he welders to his Blown. That is game over then. That is pretty much game over. Let's see if he switches into it. He is. Of course. Alright, we'll have to scoop up here. Let's see Reset Stamp UNM. We'll see what he does. Bursting Burn or Burst. Hopefully he, actually, it doesn't really matter what he does, but we'll see what he goes for. I'm gonna have to knock him out with Rocky Avalanche. We just gotta hope our scoop up gets heads. If he does do Bursting Burn, which he is. Okay. Scoop up needs to get heads, or we need to get a switch. Okay, we're getting more energy, which is always good. Alright, here we go. Super scoop up. I'm liking it. Alright, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Still, though, this is going to be a little tricky because of the fact that B-String is going to be a thing. But I might be okay. We're getting Recycle Energies on, which is good. So we're going to recover some of the energy we're going to lose. Okay, so we're going to do this. Should I custom catcher for one? No, I want to save my custom catchers for knocking out Dedenne, since it's one of the only things we can take out in one hit. Okay, we do get that counter stadium, which is good. Get that last Recycle Energy on. And we're going to go for that Rocky Avalanche. We didn't find a Buff Padding. We didn't get another Pokemon, so we can't go with another Dedenne, unfortunately. But we are going to go for a Rocky Avalanche here and hope to survive the turn. If we can, awesome. If not, bad. We have another Super Scoop Up at least, so if he doesn't knock me out, we have that available to us. I mean, he has 4 cards in his hand. We'll see if he has many B-Strings. Cherish Ball for a second Dedenne. No, he's getting another Blown. Fine. He might just Bursting Burn. Because he knows that, you know, he can't do much damage to me. If he doesn't get any B-Strings here, we could honestly maybe try to double custom catcher that Dedenne if it's possible, and then maybe knock it out and then prevent B-String, and then all we have to do is figure out how to take our last 2 prizes. Which, we have that Giratina Garchomp available to us. I could retreat here. Get those recycles going to the new Onix, which I might do. Depending on if he goes for Bursting Burn. He could just use the turn to burst me, which, you know, he still has available to him. But he probably wants to go Bursting Burn instead. Either way, guys, this is going to be a very close finish. He's going to Bursting Burn. Ridiculous. Alright, what do we draw? Okay, here we go. Super number 1. Double Tails Watch. Not bad. Super Scoop Up. Putting in work. Okay, so the nice thing about this is we can do a very crazy Dedenne play. Just gonna put all the energy on it. I could, like, save an energy and put it, like, on, like, Porygon or something, but we're gonna go all in and we're gonna go with the Pokécom here, get ourselves a Dedenne. So that Giratina Garchomp available to us, don't forget. And we're just gonna maybe try to draw into double custom catcher, knock this out, and maybe have checkmate. Okay, we didn't draw the double custom catcher. I can't play Erika. That's actually disappointing. We're gonna have to Cynthia then. I can't play Erika. No. Dang it, bro. We didn't get the double custom catcher. I could bind him. We actually got a pretty bad hand off that Cynthia. I could have switched into the Dedenne. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I'll save that. We have switch, we'll be okay. I can always retreat and then go, like, Tantrum. That seems kind of stupid, though. I could bind and maybe hope that he stays paralyzed. But, you know what? We're just going to go for that heavy impact. We're just going to go all in, set up for a linear attack KO. Man, we got the 1 custom catcher. Now I wish I had 4. Man, we didn't have the other one discarded. Cynthia didn't give us a good hand to work with, though, unfortunately. Let's see if he knocks me out here. He still has B-String available, which is a little scary. It's going to be one of those... This is probably going to be a really close game. That's my best guess. This is going to be a very close game. I really wish we had there's a welder. Is that gonna be really 2 energy? Okay, only 1. That makes me a little bit more safer. Feel a little bit more safer. Got Naganadel. Did he get a Beast String to go along with that Naganadel to potentially try to KO me? He has a Beast Energy. I think that does get him there. I think that will get him there. We might have to knock him out with, like, the Dedenne. He's got 30 HP. We can do 20 with Ram. Why can't Ram do 30? That would have been so busted. Still, if he doesn't have a Beast String this turn, this is really good. There's a treasure. Get rid of Cherish Ball. So it looks like he's going to do a Dedenne then. Or not. Is he going to get another Poipole down? Bench that, please. Yes. So no Dedenne is out of nowhere. So no Beast String's a really good sign. So I don't know. This might actually turn around. This might actually turn around for the better. And he's going to Bursting Burn me. Oh, you're going to regret that, son. You are going to regret. He really wants to take down this Onix. Can we draw a double custom catcher? Piece? No. Another energy. Not needed. So I could retreat and attack with Porygon-Z and only give up 1 prize. Kind of wish I could do Tingly Return. That'd be kind of awesome. We're definitely going to play the Switch. I do kind of want to retreat. We're getting these Recycle Energies back, and we can just knock them out with the Porygon-Z, but then we lose it. I think actually, maybe it is better to take them out to Dedenne here. Might actually be better to take him out to Dedenne. I don't mind that. It's nice we keep our Onix. We just knock him out to Dedenne, and it works out pretty well. Like, we don't really care about the Dedenne anyways. You know, it's already got a big target on its head. Alright, let's go all in. I'm not going to play that 1 energy. Actually, no, I will, just in case. Just in case something goes wrong. Biggest KO on the planet, Dedenne on a Blacephalon. Alright, let's see what our prizes are looking like. There's a Pokecom, that's good. And a Concede, my opponent gives up. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap the day's PTCGO video here, guys, leaving you guys with this 1 game against Blounds, which was kind of insane. We got really lucky that he didn't find B-String there. Onix put in work. Super Scoop Up did his job too, which is pretty sick. But yeah, I enjoyed playing this Onix deck. Really cool archetype. Definitely give it a try. If you can figure out a way to run like more scoop ups, or not scoop, you can't play anymore. If you can figure out a way to run more custom catchers, like play 1 more, be my guest. I would maybe want to try to fit in like Jirachi to the deck so that you have some consistency with Stellar Wish, because that can help you get your supporters when you need them. It can help you get Rare Candy Porygon-Z a lot easier. Maybe try to figure out a way to play more tag teams. Maybe play like Machamp Marshadow. I don't know. There's a lot of options you can put in this deck. I do like the deck though. It was pretty fun to play, and I had a lot of fun playing it and memeing on the opponents. But I have today's PTCGO video, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe down below to help the road to reaching 6,000 subscribers. And check out the sponsor, TCG, down below too. Use my discount code CODELDF if you pick anything up from there. And that'll be it for today's video on the Onix Pewter Gym deck. And I'll see you guys on another PTCGO video tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye. See you guys later.